also see it, like, to build on what you were saying, about teaching young, even dealing with the 10th degree and the 1 to 40, you know, when you get them young, they don't be searching for that mystery God. You know what I'm saying? Because you planting the seed of don't waste your time. Like, you've been there, done that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, you find that when they grow up in Christianity, right, it's given to them by their parents or somebody near and dear to them. So when you try to give them the truth, they looking at you like you crazy, because why would I listen to you over my mother and father? You know what I'm saying? So you telling me I spent all these years doing this on Sunday and I've been taught this and I know all these Bible stories, and you trying to tell me that he don't exist? You know what I'm saying? You trying to tell me that somebody didn't part the Red Sea? You trying to tell me that 2 animals, you know, 2 of each kind didn't get on Noah's Ark? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, once you tell somebody something like that and they get all that mysterious, magical stuff in their mind, you know what I'm saying? That's, yeah, like, it's there, you know what I'm saying? So it's very hard to chop that, but if you put it in, if you put, like you said, if you put it in early and they don't have that, it's much easier for them to be, you know, for them to be educated.
And just to add on to what you were saying, God, because I was reading that book a lot, Message to the Black Man, where it goes like, with the degree that you're talking about today, the 10th degree and the 1 of 40. You know, we were searching for this mystery God for trillions of years when they speak about worshiping Jesus. Jesus is a dead prophet. Just like all these dead prophets that these people still worshiping. You know what I'm saying? So that's the wrong fools right there, God. You know what I'm saying? Because they still worshiping something that's not even here, God. You understand? So, you know, once you get that away from their mind, you know what I'm saying? Because first of all, like, my other granddaughter, she's real, like 4 years old, and I got, you know, pictures of Moses black. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you brought up, when I was brought up, God, I always thought that Jesus was white, because that's what I saw. You know what I'm saying? So when you start teaching them from a young age that the black man is God and that God is black, so now they got a more value to themselves, God. You know what I'm saying? They got more pride and think that, well, yeah, well, listen, God is black. You know what I'm saying? Not like the way I was coming up, that I was really in Pluto. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know what I'm saying? I was thinking that Jesus was like, you know, white, you know what I'm saying? Blonde hair. When it says right in the Bible, in Revelation chapter 1, verse 9, his head and hair was like wool. His feet was like, his feet was like fine brass. So right there with the teachers of Christianity, God, you can relate to the people that's dumb, deaf, and blind through the Bible and let them know that Jesus was a black man. You know what I'm saying? That he taught freedom, justice, and equality. He ain't teach Christianity. That's how we awaken our people little by little, God.
You see, I'm trying to figure out, like, what exactly did he teach? I want to know, like, what he taught. Like, I know he taught freedom, justice, and equality. You know what I'm saying? But, like, what was he really saying in the temples that was just so, you know, mysterious that nobody seems to know?
Well,
but I don't think he wasn't building on mysterious. The people made him a mystery after he deceased.
I know they made him a mystery after he deceased, but I mean, like, well, what was he building on?
Well, I'm
like, talking about energy points, or we talking about the mind, we talking about the 7 chakras, like, what exactly was he building on?
I'm gonna add on to this, guy. Like, you know, when they say like trillions of years ago, that's like a time, that's a number that was created, like where you can't even really fit that into, you know what I mean, in the actual number. So I'll apply it to today. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you look at certain people like Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, after Martin Luther King was killed, like, a lot of people don't even want to say he was assassinated, but then they weren't telling what he was actually trying to get to the people that was in that church in Tennessee or whatever, talking about economic equality. They would say that they focused on, he was trying to put black and white people together, like, or whatever, but, and then after we keep celebrating the holiday, but it's like the same people that were, you know, had a hand in his assassination is like giving you this as a celebration. Now you could just be satisfied with what happened. You know what I'm saying? Because
like,
I see it like that. What we teach is freedom, justice, and equality.
But like with Malcolm X, after the FBI had a hand in him getting assassinated, and now they tweet out every year, R.I.P. Malcolm X. You know what I mean? So if you didn't have that knowledge, you just think like, oh, the FBI is peace or whatever. Also, on the non-cipher degree in the 1 to 40, I don't just see a mystery God as a person in the sky, but searching for anything outside of self. So what we was talking about, like teaching your kids, if your kid is brought up in this society, you see Santa Claus or a fat white man comes down your chimney. You don't even have a chimney. What the fuck? So that's already setting them up for not doing the knowledge to the cipher, taking things on face value and just going with belief. You know what I'm saying? So it's like levels to it. I don't think a mystery God is just like a spook in the sky, but ain't searching for anything outside of self. You know what I mean? And also, I don't think you don't have to bear witness to having a religion to still be caught up in religious thought. Because a lot of people, you ask them like, oh man, I don't have a religion. When you talk to them, they still see things through a religious lens. Yeah.
Like they say, like the universe or a higher power or the dead ancestors is doing this for me. Like that's all like a mystery, dog.
That's actually
That's
like,
nice.
and to add on to that, like even when you look, if you deal with the alphabet, right, and you deal with justice, right. So, justice what? Reward or penalty for one of these actions. A lot of people searching for the mystery God. Why? Because they're afraid of the justice. They're afraid of the penalty. You understand what I'm saying? Like when you deal with Christianity or most religions, right? People trying to make it to what? The afterlife, right? They trying to make it to heaven. So they feel like if you try to tell them like, nah, son, God is in you, they're like, no. I'm trying to make it to heaven. I ain't trying to go to hell. So they're afraid of eternal damnation. But if you tell them heaven and hell is here and now based on your conditions.
I see that too, going back to what Darkim said about a lot of people can't take that responsibility for themselves.
Exactly.
So it's easier to search for that responsibility outside of yourself. Because if you take that responsibility and accountability for yourself, it's the two responsibilities. At first you have to be responsible for yourself, then everyone else. That may be too much for some people. You know? Even just the first responsibility might be too much for some people.
But what I was getting at, what I was trying to say also is that not just that the responsibility also, but people are like I lost my train of thought, God. Give me 1 second.
Let me just add on one thing while you see in the scriptures, right? Jesus' teachings was in the wisdom was being held above the people's heads. You see what I'm saying? The people was being charged, you know what I'm saying, to deal with the science and all that. Like when the Jews have made their own kind of money and all type of stuff. Like when you came in to sacrifice an animal, right? You got to sacrifice a lamb to God. They charge you, and they had a particular, Jewish coin for it. So they had this coin, the market cornered on it. You understand what I'm saying? So the value of it was whatever. Things like that was going on. With the common people, right? They wasn't dealing with equality with them. You see what I'm saying? That's what Jesus came and freed them from, you know what I'm saying, the people that was holding the wisdom over their head. Like before Jesus' time, right? That's when they used to sacrifice people. You see what I'm saying? So they come amongst the other tribes or whatever, or the other people that's not the royal family, and they pick people to sacrifice.
Wow.
You see what I'm saying? Jesus came and freed them, told them all that. That's not the science. Nobody said that. Doesn't say that here. You see what I'm saying? Y'all are interpreting these things in a way that's allowing y'all to take advantage of these people. That's why Jesus' teachings was freedom, justice, and equality. That's just one example I'm saying.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? But a lot of things, you know what I'm saying, in order for you to achieve salvation, you had to go through the priests and all of that. And they charging you. You see what I'm saying? All of those, oracles and all that type of signs. See, Jesus came and freed the people from that.
I'm out. Peace.
Peace.
Yeah, so what I was saying, guys, I got my thought back, was that also when dealing with people, when I try to show and prove, my culture to them, I talk about righteousness, right? And not having nothing behind it. See, when you dealing with a person, like let's say if it's me sitting next to a preacher, right? And the preacher trying to get somebody into heaven, right? And I tell you like, yo, listen, he living a good life, or he tell you to live a good life so you can make it to heaven, right? I live a good life with no afterlife coming after this. Who you going to trust more? Who's more sincere? I don't have no ulterior motive. You understand what I'm saying? What's my motive for wanting to be right and exact, or be righteous, or live a good life? if I don't have nothing coming after. It's only to do it because it's the right thing to do. Whereas the person next to me, the preacher man, he gonna tell you he right because he trying to make it to heaven. So he only really want to live good because he want what's coming, what he believes is coming to him after he physically dies.
Or he,
No,
he acted as a middleman too, saying like, yeah, if you follow what I'm saying, then you'll make it to heaven, and you come to
You
church.
see what I'm
like,
saying?
Also,
But I feel
Todd,
like, well, nah, go ahead, God. I mean,
and I was just gonna say also that too, God, but also they afraid into being Christians because it says if you don't love God, you're gonna burn in hell.
Exactly.
So they want
I
you
was
to do
gonna
the
ask
knowledge. They
you
want
that
you
too,
to
bro.
still make decisions based off fear, which is an emotion.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's gonna stop you from
That's
doing the knowledge.
that's Christianity right there. Like most people you either afraid in it or you just giving that.
But some of them guys, I don't even feel like all of them really even believe that themselves. Because they could know the truth as well, but that's that knowledge wisdom degree, you know what I'm saying? So that they can rob them and live in luxury.
That's a fact.
It's like if you have people under you, you know what I'm saying, bringing you tithes every Sunday, and some people go to church 3 days out of the week, like my grandmother used to do that.
My grandma
Giving
did
money,
too.
God, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it's like, you're the one that's gonna leave and you going back to the mansion. I knew this, my grandmother's pastor, he had a helicopter.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like, so that's what I'm saying. Like,
But see
I
that,
don't think that he even fully believes.
and that's the thing too. Like when you dealing with people like that, right? Because let's say that you're a person that's 40 years old, right? And that's been your religion since you can remember, right? And then one day somebody comes in and hits you with the truth, right? That means that in order for you to accept that truth, you gotta accept that the first 40 years of your life was a complete lie. That's like somebody coming and telling you that your father's not your father after